Now, the Department of Justice just announced it's launching a $20 million program to buy body cameras for police officers. The Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, calls it a vital part of giving law enforcement what they need to tackle the 21st century challenges they face. Many police also say the body cameras will tell the full story during an encounter with the suspect because cell phone videos taken by bystanders often show only snippets that can be taken out of context. Now, cameras have already made a huge impact on policing. I want you to take a look. We do want to warn you, some of the images you'll see are graphic. An officer in Arizona intentionally runs over a suspect holding a rifle. A North Charleston police officer shoots and kills an unarmed man in the back as he runs away.
Do you understand me?
Yes,
I don't know what planet you think you're on right now.
A New York City detective on a furious tirade against an Uber driver for honking at him.
I don't know where you're coming from or where you think you're appropriate in doing that. It's not the way it works. How long have you been in this country?
All these incidents caught on cell phones, dash cams, body cams. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, a reserve deputy shoots a suspect during an undercover sting operation.
Roll on your stomach.
Later saying he mistakenly pulled out his gun instead of his taser. The deputy was charged with second-degree manslaughter. Whether this video helps him or hurts him remains to be seen.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up right now!
But often, videotape allows people to see the danger police officers face on a daily basis.
Stop! Stop right there! I don't want to shoot you, man!
This body cam shows an officer in New Richmond, Ohio, backing away from a suspect who suddenly charges. The officer refuses to shoot,
Dude, I'll shoot you! Back up!
even tumbling backwards at one point before the suspect surrenders. These videos have worked both for and against officers, even when the incident itself is not captured on camera. In the deaths of Freddie Gray in Baltimore and Michael Brown in Ferguson, only the aftermath was recorded. It was enough to lead to charges for the Baltimore officers, but not in Ferguson. Oh, there's a lot to talk about on this subject. I want to bring back in Eric Adams, Brooklyn Borough President and former NYPD captain. Back with us also, CNN legal analyst Sunny Hostin. Again, Sunny's a former federal prosecutor. He used to live in Baltimore and is friends with the current mayor. Also with us, legal analyst Mark Garagos, a criminal defense attorney, and Anthony Scott, the brother of Walter Scott, who was shot in the back by a North Charleston police officer. Mr. Scott, do you have any doubt that had your brother's death not been recorded in the way it was, that things would have moved so quickly? Because we know the officer, in his initial report, gave a very different account than what we've all seen in the video.
I definitely believe it would not have moved as fast as it did. And I think the body cameras is the most important thing that they need to do right now because it actually showed the whole entire thing. But it will help the people to see it's good for the victims as well as the officers because it'll bring more accountability on both sides. Therefore, they won't act so hastily when they take action against individuals.
Sonny, there's some police who obviously oppose body cameras, but other police officers say, you know what, it's actually going to show you how tough my job is. You're a supporter of body cameras.
Absolutely. I mean, and I agree. I think it also supports the police officers because it will show how difficult the job is and it will show that transparency in terms of decisions that these officers have to make day in and day out. Bottom line, it's the best thing to do.
Mark Garagos, is it the right,
It is, but it's a Band-Aid. It really is. The only reason that any of these cases get any attention is because there's a camera there, and it wasn't necessarily a body camera. Somebody sees it because otherwise they don't believe that it can happen. These police reports are always the same. They always read the same. He reached for the waist. I thought I was in danger. That's why I shot. It's a standard litany. It's almost a script that they read from.
I want to bring in Emerald Gardner, who we're very happy is joining us today. She is the daughter of Eric Gardner, who of course was killed after interaction with police. Much of the country, much of the world has now seen that video. In the case of your dad, the video didn't make a difference. Charges were not brought. Do you support body cameras? Do you believe had there been body cameras on those officers, maybe it would be a different story?
I support body cameras, but I support them in the effect of you not being able to turn it off and on. your job is to protect the community. So if the community sees you doing something wrong, we're going to pull out our phones to record it. And it's clear in the video what happened. And there's like, you know, a disconnect, I feel, in Staten Island. There was no prosecution. There was nothing. So, you know, I support the body cameras because they have a fear of doing something wrong. Like, you know, let me not do that because I'm going to get penalized for it.
Eric, how do you change what you said? You know, that you were in a housing project, there was urine in the elevator. One of the officers you were with said, look, everybody in this building is disgusting. You said, no, everybody in this building is annoyed that one person urinated. How do you change that?
I think one of the answers is one of the guests you have in the room right now, a great police chief that understands that anytime you have, what we do in America now, my officers stand on corners and wait for something bad to happen and respond. No. That officer should be proactive. Don't let your only encounter with a citizen be when they're calling you because you're telling them, I'm giving you a summons, I'm locking you up, or you did something wrong. We have to be proactive. Officers must stop being afraid of their citizens, and citizens must stop being afraid of their officers. We're in this together.
You know, Mark, what's interesting to me about this discussion is that this is not a discussion about that police need to do less. This is actually a discussion which theoretically should lead to not only better policing, but better solving of crimes, because there is such a problem, as you know, and as we all know, in a lot of communities, of people not approaching police with information, not wanting to talk to police. It makes it all the more difficult to solve.
I think you would agree with me that you and I do not have the same experience with police in our communities that people of color have in their communities.
I got pulled over for speeding about 2 months ago, and I rolled down my window. I said, absolutely, I was speeding. I apologize, officer. You're absolutely right. I was more than happy to pay the ticket. And they were, it was a lovely interaction. The person said, said, no, don't worry about it. You know, just this is a warning. By the way, I appreciate that, and I'm not like,
complaining about it at all.
If the officer's watching, thank you very much.
I will guarantee you that happens not at all in most communities.
That's what you were talking about.
If the audience in the town hall, we must hold on to. The officers come into police departments and they want to save lives. They want to do the right thing. They go through the police academy training and then they hit the streets where you have the senior officers. And we are policing people differently based on the small number of people that are destroying communities. And the residents of that community, they want the drug dealer off the corner.
Sure.
They want the pedophile caught. They want the robber caught. But we're looking at that one officer because many of our police officers come from communities outside the communities. They're bombarded with stereotypes on TV on what all black people are like. All black people don't eat fried chicken and watermelon on Sunday morning. You can't police everyone based on your stereotype.
One of the other things that they do, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
And I can tell you, as the daughter of an African-American man, as the wife of a man of color, my husband and my father have never had the driving experiences that you have had. The stories that they tell me is when they're stopped, they are terrified. They get as many tickets as the officer can possibly write. They feel that they may end up in prison. The experience of an African American man with law enforcement is very, very different.